people are pretty respectful, but this is only a minute long. So let's do this. All right, this is the newest trailer, just came out today for the next Guild Wars 2 episode, episode 5, Flashpoint. Let's check it out. Hopefully hopefully the volume is okay for you guys. We will loop this. Okay, sorry if it's too loud.
One of Lazarus's aspects. Without it, they could have never resurrected Lazarus.
Right.
The real Lazarus.
Right. So who is he?
Danger. A Mersat slash not a Mersat on the way.
Timey!
He's on the way? What should we do?
Who is Lazarus? Woohoo! Nice. Oh my god.
He's trapped us here.
He's trapped us here.
Lies. The willingness to kill to get what he wants.
Season 3 boys to the finale.
No, it can't be.
That Casimir!
The charade ends here.
Oh wow, they actually told us 2 more episodes in season 3. Wow! I'm surprised they told us that. Wow!
Without it, they could have never resurrected Lazarus. The
Right, so
real
this is
Lazarus.
the episode before the finale of season 3 is what that
Danger.
means.
A Mersat slash not a Mersat on the way.
So this is all about.
What should we do?
Okay, so he better be evil. Okay, I want him to be evil. And Marjorie's in here talking. And she's been hanging out with them. Oh my god, I want to see Casimir's new outfit. She has a new hairstyle and everything. I'm excited. She's my favorite character.
No, it can't be.
Deception?
The charade ends here.
Are we gonna defeat whoever this Lazarus is? And they clearly say who is Lazarus, and they're talking about Mersat. Oh my god, you guys.
One of Lazarus's aspects.
I would imagine it's 2 more episodes counting this one. Because right now they're saying 2 more episodes.
Mortal danger. A
You think expansion early August?
on the way.
He's on
May?
the way? What should we do?
No, Bjorn. No. No. Last episode early August, not expansion. No. This is May. This is coming out in May, June, July.
Lies.
July or August.
Peach, level up. Love you, Peachy.
No.
Missed you.
Thank you, Foxy. Thank you.
The charade ends here.
So July or August. I'm gonna guess August. I'm gonna guess August for the last episode. So then either we get I would say, because then obviously expansion, right? But it's not going to be 3 months until the expansion. So I'm guessing either like December or so like a Christmas release for the expansion or like early next year, I would think. I hope they don't push. I don't want them to push anything.
He's trapped us here.
Early September expansion, August, September. No. They need time to market. I know you're excited, okay? I know you guys are excited, and I'm excited too. I want the next expansion, of course. But what? The expansion releases like a month after the last episode? No. But it's also not going to be like 9 months after the next episode. After the last episode. It's not. It can't be. That would just be death for the game. But yeah, anyway, this episode, I knew Casimir was going to come back.
Mortal danger. A Mersat
I'm really happy to see Timey. something that I don't see addressed in this trailer that was huge in the last episode was Timey talking about using Omad's machine. I don't see Omad's machine in this trailer necessarily, so I don't know if that's something that's going to be put on hold, if that's going to be an expansion thing maybe, because the expansion's going to have a story too, right? And she was talking about, you know, using the machine to set the two Elder Dragons against each other. Obviously we're going to talk to Timey. It looks like we're all going to be coming back together. Marjorie, Casimir, Timey. There's no mention of Bram. Was Rox in the trailer? I don't think Rox was in the trailer. The face models look a lot better.
Mortal danger. A Mersat / not a Mersat.
I love when they do special facial animations, like in cutscenes. They've been doing that. They do that here and there. They do the special, like the more animated faces. I personally love. I know some people don't think it looks good. I love it. I absolutely love it. Marjorie looks. I think there's something wrong with her. Her hair looked very like they needed to turn up the anti-aliasing or something. Unless that was intentional to kind of try and look like strands of hair. See, there's some special facial animations. What if Lazarus is E, whoever E is, and Casimir's reaction there, like, no, this can't be, like, because we know that Casimir is working with E, and then what if the betrayal is that E is Lazarus, and E was doing all this in order to get whatever. It looks like they're in Rada Novis, and this Lazarus imposter is, he's there. This is like where all the information about the Elder Dragons is, and Timey's doing all her research. And it looks like he's trapped them there in Rada Novis, so is he attacking Rada Novis?
He's trapped us here.
That's Lazarus. That Mersat, right? Is the pistol thief E? That would, I don't know. I think those are just meant to represent the player characters. I don't think any of those are actual, like... I mean, maybe. It's possible. And literally anybody could be E. Literally anybody. Brief shot of what seems to be a new map. Yeah, any of that could be a new map. I don't know what's... I don't know what's new and what's not. You know, I thought Tybalt for a second. Is Timey wearing a form of Scarlet's armor? Oh yeah, Ritlock. Gosh, Ritlock got taken away. Why are we buffering? We've just been, like, playing this on repeat. There should be nothing to buffer. It's come on. It's been just playing. There you go. Either way, this looks amazing. What if Lazarus is Casimir's father? See, I kind of hope, to be honest, that Lazarus is E, because
A Mersat / not a Mersat on the way.
we've been hearing about E for so long that we kind of half know this character, even though he's never been on screen and we don't know who exactly it is. Rather than, oh, Lazarus is this random person out from left field, you know, that we've never heard of before. You know, I think it would be more exciting if it was somebody that we knew was Lazarus, and that would kind of explain a lot of Casimir's shock, because we know from the last episode that she's been working with E. So if like he's been using her, like she's been out of the picture really helping him, and then he was using her, and now he's all powerful because of whatever they've been doing. But then there was things about like E telling her to keep an eye on Logan and make sure that he stays alive, unless that was all just a distraction. There's a lot of questions.
Mortal danger. A Mersat
One question, will this 2 more episodes in season 3 mean we'll get we will get in season 3 to episode 7, or does that mean we'll get 6? I think 2 more episodes means this one plus 1 more. So this is leading up to the finale, and then obviously expansion.
Trapped us here.
Lazarus is Malik?
The willingness to kill to get what he wants.
No, I don't think so.
No.
There's no reason for that. Those purple crystals around Lazarus look a bit like branded crystals. Could be nothing, maybe Kralkatoric. That would be insane. Dragon Tears! Allie! How's it going, guys? And everybody else. What's up? What's up? Casimir's father was murdered in debtor's prison, so probably... Oh, okay.
Never resurrected Lazarus. The real Lazarus.
The laugh sounds like Mordramoth. No, I think that's supposed to be Lazarus, or whoever Lazarus is. Whoever's masquerading as Lazarus. Do you want E to be someone totally new? I do want E to be someone new. I don't want it to be like, oh, E was Ritlock the whole time. I don't want that. But I would be satisfied if E turned out to be the Lazarus imposter. Now, I hope that this trailer isn't misleading. In the sense that I hope that, because obviously this trailer is making us think, oh, Lazarus, because there was a question, is Lazarus good? Is Lazarus bad? Does he want to help us? Is he a good Lazarus? Because there wasn't that one aspect, and they talk about that in the trailer. They say, you know, he's not the real Lazarus. They talk about that aspect. He's missing an aspect. So, and she says he's, you know, it's a Mersat, but not a Mersat. So I hope that this isn't misleading. I hope that Lazarus is truly evil. I hope he is truly deceiving them. Whoever is masquerading as Lazarus is evil, and it's not some like, oh, they're making us think that there's going to be this big battle against whoever Lazarus is, but then it's going to turn out that, oh no, he's really the good guy. I hope that's not the case, and I don't think so. They're really, really, really making this out to be that he is evil. They said it was the penultimate. This word means either second to last or last. Oh, okay, there you go. Yeah. So we had it right. You thought Scarlet since they keep referring to her? Oh, you think Lazarus, it could be Scarlet back from the dead. I would friggin' love that. There would be love and there would be hate, because I know people who hate Scarlet.
He's on the way?
Oh, man.
What should we do?
And Timey did have a Scarlet-esque shoulder piece there. I think that's just Timey's new outfit, though, because everybody got a new outfit. And, of course, Timey, it's just, you know, she's smaller, so it's harder to see. I think that's just her normal, the new outfit that she had, which I think does take some inspiration from Scarlet's outfit. Because we do know that Timey still, even though Timey knows that Scarlet was evil and Scarlet was whack, we know, she still looks up to Scarlet and everything that she accomplished. E equals evil. Oh, absolutely. It still could be.
Without it, they could have never resurrected Lazarus. The real Lazarus.
Without it, they could have never resurrected the real Lazarus.
Not a Mersat on the way.
He's on the way? What should we do?
Who is Lazarus? See, that's... So it's not Lazarus. And at the end of the last episode told us that, because it said...
The willingness to kill to get what he wants.
No.
I am still very impressed they told us this was the second to last episode.
The charade ends here.
See, it says deception will burn. So this isn't just like random Mersat evil guy coming out of nowhere. We've been deceived. That's why I think it's E. Timey's golem code became sentient and became E. Oh, that would be wouldn't that be interesting if E was like a computer program by the Asura? That would be cool. I never thought of that.
Mortal danger. A Mersat slash not a Mersat.
Timey's the real mastermind. Lazarus is a high-tech golem made by Timey.
What should we do?
I know, Dragon Tears. I'm so excited to see all of Casimir. I can't believe they gave her a new hairstyle. They didn't give any of the others new hairstyles.
No. It can't.
Timey's going Borg.
The charade ends here.
If it was a computer program, it wouldn't be by the Asura. Remember, the Molten Alliance was working on computers. I mean, there's Scarlet. There you go. Scarlet's gonna come back and she's gonna join our team. It did look like Scruffy. It looked like the decommissioned Scruffy in the background. And Timey still hasn't made her Scruffy 2.0. She's been too busy with the research. The dragon research. Yeah, that kill. I wondered that too. I wonder where the new map is going to be, since this is so, like, pretty much the entire trailer takes place in Radasum. There's a little bit of, see that right there? What was that glowing in the background? And see all that? That might be the new map. Maybe well, here, we know, let me go back to the beginning and actually, like, pause it at certain points. White, okay, so White Mantle. There was a White Mantle flag, and this is what we learned at the end of the last episode, that I don't hear a lot of people bring up for some reason when trying to devise who is Lazarus. We very specifically said, and I think it's even the player character that says, whoever is imitating Lazarus, first of all, knew this from the beginning because they were the one who replaced the aspect. Or no, it was the White Mantle that replaced the aspect. Anyway, we said very specifically, whoever is masquerading as Lazarus wanted access to an instant army. A massive amount of bloodstone magic, because we know that this person, at least we assume that this person absorbed that blast. We originally thought it was Lazarus. Maybe it was someone masquerading as Lazarus and they used an item or something, a very powerful relic that absorbed the blast. Something absorbed that bloodstone blast. So, our character specifically says it's somebody who both wanted instant access to a massive amount of bloodstone energy and an instant army. Granted, it's not the biggest army in the world because it's only half of the White Mantle. Half the White Mantle went with Lazarus, half the White Mantle went with Caudicus. Now, we know that the half of the White Mantle that went with Lazarus is, you know, they think of him as a god, so they will just, you know, they're like religious fanatics, you know, they will do literally whatever he says. So he has access to an instant army and a massive amount of bloodstone magic. What he wants to do with those is unknown, and hopefully we'll find that out in these last two episodes. So, okay, Caudicus had someone replace the aspect. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah. So it was because of what I just said. He said if Lazarus is resurrected, then I'm going to lose half of my army because I know that they will follow the Mersat, because that's what the White Mantle were, where they were, you know, worshippers of the Mersat. But unfortunately if it failed, someone didn't want it to fail and wanted that access to the army. Wouldn't you think that if it was an imposter that someone would have had to been on the inside? It would have had to been somebody on the inside, because whoever replaced it, they thought that the summoning worked. If it didn't work, then someone had to be there to create the illusion, or, you know, make it seem like this Lazarus was real. Or maybe whoever did the summoning, I mean, this was all the raid story, right? The summoning of Lazarus. I mean, I guess they were all slaughtered, so they could, if it truly didn't work, then maybe everybody who knows that it was a failure is dead, and then someone just said, hey, maybe like the one person who survived said, hey, I could imitate him. And we even saw, like, whenever you beat Zara in the raid, you actually see, like, the stone that Lazarus apparently, like, came out of. So it's like, maybe it did work. We still don't know, truly, if that summoning worked or didn't work. They may not have a map. They said that if the story doesn't need a new map, or if they didn't have time, they weren't going to try and force a new map. I think the players would be sorely disappointed if there wasn't some kind of new map. So I definitely think they'll release some kind of new map, even if it's not a full-sized zone. I think there needs to be something new. I don't know, unless we got the promise that the final episode... This almost seems like it's going to be like a part 1 and a part 2. I don't know. I think it would be a big disappointment if there wasn't a new map. Especially if it took this long. To, they freely admitted, they had said that we need extra time to get this episode right. And I would be very surprised if they didn't have to spend time working on the new map. Why did it take so long? And if there's not a new map, then I really hope that the story is like twice as long. The new green area is new. Yeah, we gotta pause at other sections here. There's a bit of an empty bit of map next to Rada Novus, east of Tangled Depths, which also has some water like we see in the trailer. Okay, possibly place for a new map. Maybe an extension of Tangled Depths or something? Because Rada Novus is in Tangled Depths. So it could be like an expansion. I could see that, an expansion to one of the Heart of Thorns maps. Kind of like how they slowly rolled out Silver Wastes. Because if you guys were there for... Or no, did they do that for Silver Waste? No, Dry Top. If you guys were there for season 2, whenever they released Dry Top, they didn't release all of Dry Top at once. It was released in like 2 or 3 different sections. Like one episode revealed a little bit of Dry Top, and then you would go through the story in the next episode, and there was like a tunnel you went through, and then you would come out on the other part of Dry Top. Why would Lazarus help us defend Aurene? To gain our trust? See, we might be seeing the end of the episode. I don't think it's going to be this intenseness the entire episode. So he could do something. The deception could be in like the final story instance. It could be that in the beginning, in the first half of this episode, we help him do something, and maybe Marjorie comes back and says, hey, I've hung out with him, I've spent time with him, we can trust him, and he's done other things with Marjorie to maybe gain her trust. We help him get access to something. Maybe we actually bring him to Rada Novus to see our dragon research, because he said, hey, I want to help you guys defeat the dragons. It's in my best interest too. So maybe we bring him there, and maybe that's what he wanted. Maybe he like steals some information. Maybe he steals Omad's machine and leaves, and they've said, that he's trapped us here. So that could be, maybe he takes some, we get him in there, because even the other Asura working in Rada Novus don't know how to get into Timey's secret room. So maybe he knows about Timey's secret room and wants to get in there and get information or get technology that's in there. Gains our trust in the first half of the episode. We bring him there, he steals something, and then the deception is then he locks us away and he steals and takes something. Yeah, if you know any data mine stuff, guys, you will be timed out. Absolutely no data mine stuff. We do not discuss anything that's been data mined whatsoever. Only what's been officially announced. So I guess that's my prediction, actually. I think that makes a lot of sense. that Marjorie comes back with him, through him helping us protect Aurene. See there, he was in front of that. Here's Timey's secret room. He was in front of that portal. I believe that's the portal to Timey's secret room, or this is the place in Rodanovis that where they're doing all the research, and then they show Timey's secret room with all the dragon information. So maybe he gets in there. That's my prediction. Another lane in Rodanovis, maybe. They could fill in that huge gap in Tangled Depths. The aspects of Lazarus took the shape of Lazarus in Guild Wars 1, so there's a possibility he's not a full Lazarus or a Lazarus hybrid rather than a full-on imposter. And Timey even says here, she says he's a Mersat but not a Mersat. She clearly says that. And I believe that's going to be just in reference to us telling her, that what we found out about that one of the aspects wasn't used, so it can't be the true Lazarus. Maybe it's part of, only part of him. Is Hot on sale? How do you buy it for a friend? I believe when you purchase Heart of Thorns from the website, I believe, here's referral links. I believe when you purchase it, you get a code, so then you can give that code to a friend. It is not currently on sale. Sometimes they put Heart of Thorns on sale when a new episode goes live, so I would hold off until next week to see if it goes on sale. There's no guarantee unless they announce that early. So just keep an eye out. I would keep an eye out for about another week before you purchase it. Yay or nay on legendary armor? Oh, do you think we're going to get legendary armor in this update? No. Especially since they haven't even shown us anything for medium or light yet. I think we could get a new legendary weapon because they've been they've been giving us legendary weapons kind of periodically. So I think that's a high possibility. I don't think we're going to get legendary armor. I think we'll get legendary armor. I think it would be good for us to get legendary armor for the last episode, so then people have something to truly work at, between the last episode and the expansion release. I think we get a cool gem store update this episode. Well, hopefully Casmire's new armor. I hope it doesn't take them as long as it took them to release Marjorie's armor. We saw Marjorie's new armor in the first episode, and it still took like a month or two before we were able to purchase Marjorie's armor. So hopefully Casmire's armor will be out for this episode, because I can already tell you I'm gonna buy it instantly. I do believe that the shield that we got a couple weeks back or actually a couple months back maybe, was her Chronomancer shield. I believe that 100%. Wait, the price of standard Heart of Thorns is now $30. Is it? Is it? It is. The standard is $30. Well, there you go. Guild Wars 2 price is permanently reduced. So they officially, there you go. I guess they've officially announced that. Okay. Okay, so they did? Well, there you go. Actually, was it, I don't see an official announcement for that. Oh, yeah. There you go. New lower price. There you go. Boom. Yes. Confirmed. Heart of Thorns. So in for fun, too. Go ahead and buy it now, because I doubt there's going to be a sale, because they permanently reduced the price. There you go. Heart of Thorns permanent price reduction to $30, which means you can get the deluxe version for just a tiny bit more than was the normal standard price. And then the ultimate dropped to $79.99. There you go. Nice. Yay. Expansion in September confirmed Kappa. Don't do that, Bjorn. Don't do that. Don't do that. Maybe that means the expansion is less far away than we thought because they talk about how they'll bundle previous expansions. See, that's the question. Now, Heart of Thorns has a permanent price reduction. They did say that they're always going to bundle everything together. So does that mean, I would imagine that that means that when the next expansion comes out, it's going to be the $49.99 price again. That's my assumption. Mo answered in a post that they were going to hopefully release the legendary armor for this release. Did he? Okay, well that's hopefully, so that's not 100% confirmation. That would be cool. That would be cool. I don't have everything together for my legendary armor yet, but expect an expansion announcement at Gamescom in August, since we only get 6 episodes this year. That way they could grab Christmas sales with the expansion. Ooh, release of the expansion on top of a festival. Well, they did that last year with Halloween. So... Sorry, guys. Everything is $20 off from launch price. Okay, let's go back to the trailer. Living World. Full screen. Okay, so... No, Krell, and they haven't been adding events for Halloween and Christmas. They've added new rewards, as they do, but they're not really adding new content. They've been doing that for a while. There's no new content for the... we didn't get we didn't get any new like content for Halloween that year, but we didn't get any new content for Winter's Day either. It just so happened that the expansion launched on top of Halloween, which really sucked. So I hope that they don't release the next expansion on top of Winter's Day, because I was the person who, like, it took me a while to get through the expansion because I also wanted to play the Halloween stuff, because the expansion was going to be there forever, but the Halloween stuff, was only there for a limited time. And even though it was repeat content, I wanted to, I love to experience the festivals when they're out. So, I hope that they don't release it on top of Winter's Day. Bark the spoilers away. Okay. Oh, Mo said about the legendary armor hopefully coming next week, about a month ago. I would be surprised if legendary armor came out next week. To be honest, I don't know. I would rather wait. I would rather play the finale and then be working on my legendary armor, be working on completing that while I wait for the expansion to come out. Personally. But it can come out whenever. Do you think that we'll get a new race in the new expansion? No. No. I can almost guarantee you we're never going to get a new race for many reasons. Sometimes I forget that Asura have fangs. I know, me too. Kind of rushed the expansion to ensure I got it in before spoilers and had the options for Halloween. Yeah, that's... yeah. And see, that's the only thing that sucks about something like an expansion where you have so much story that you don't want to rush through it, because it's like, oh my god, this is the expansion, it's going to take a while, but you don't want spoilers. And yeah. I'd rather have legendary armor, have other sources to be able to get it before final release. No. It'd be nice for them to in the future make other legendary armor. Maybe in the future add, since legendary armor took so long to develop because of all of the effects and everything, and plus they had to figure out exactly how they wanted to do it, with the animating armor. I can see them releasing in the future more ways to get it, but before release, absolutely not. I disagree. No. Is it confirmed that the expansion is coming after this season? Oh, I would be shocked and amazed and appalled if it didn't, Casey. Especially with that Heart of Thorns price drop. That's why I think they'll do it by September, tops November, because October is Halloween and December, Winter's Day, January, Dragon Ball. February will be 6 months drought. I think literally there's no other time frame to do it. I think they need... I think December is really... I think November is still a teeny tiny bit soon. I think they need ample time to advertise, because do you guys remember the hype that went into every single week? We knew on Tuesday that we were going to get a reveal of a new elite spec. And then on like Thursday or Friday, we got the details of that elite spec. Every single week, we got like a new announcement about a feature that was going to be in the expansion, and that just hyped up the community. The community was on like constant hype. We were doing constant guild gaps, constant videos, just talking and talking and talking, like Guild Wars 2, even though there was no actual content coming out. The hype of what was coming in the expansion was so extreme. I think they need that. Not for 9 months. God, no, not for 9 months. But I think we need that period of hype to build up the expansion. So that's why I don't think that it's, final episode releases and then a month later the expansion comes out. Absolutely not, in my personal opinion. It was almost every single week. Almost. Did that help or hurt when Hot dropped? I think it helped. Sure hyped people up, hyped me up. When the expansion finally launched, I was like, oh my god, I'm ready, give me this stuff, give it to me. So, yeah, I think we need that. I think we need that time before the expansion. Will there be more cats? I really don't have a lot of predictions for the expansion. I don't know where we're going to go. I mean, obviously it's going to be Primordius versus Jormag, but as for where we're going to go, I really don't have any like solid predictions. I'm just going to wait and see where it takes us. I don't think the hype shot them in the foot. But yeah, that was all under Colin. You got to remember that too. And I'm telling myself this too. All of that hype and the build up and the constant blog posts, that was under Colin, and the company is under Mo now, and he does things completely different. He doesn't like to hype things up. So I sure hope we get something. But I mean, how crazy would that be if complete silence until the expansion launches, and then and then we get an expansion trailer the week before it comes out? No, because expansion is hype for the expansion makes people pre-order. Because there's going to be pre-order, because there's going to be pre-order bonuses and collector's editions and all that kind of stuff. And you can't tell us nothing and just say, oh, Guild Wars 2 Fire and Ice or Frost and Flame or whatever they're going to call it, and not tell us anything but the name and then expect people to pre-order. It doesn't work like that. So maybe we won't get weekly updates. Maybe we won't get 9 weeks of, an elite spec every single week. Maybe they won't tell us as in detail things, but they have to tell us stuff beforehand to hype for pre-orders. I think they have to. It doesn't make sense for them to do it any other way with a release that they expect people to pay money for. That's very true, Casey. They have a very delicate balancing act to go through for the new elite specs. Absolutely. for power creep purposes. Most of the new most of the elite specs were more powerful than the base class in a lot of ways, or had, but yeah, so they have to make sure that, all of a sudden all the old elite specs aren't obsolete. And of course everybody's going to be using the new ones just for newness' sake, but once that newness hype calms down, hopefully we'll see people using, all of the new elite specs, or all of the elite specs in all of the classes. Think they'll put a small trailer for the expansion at the end of episode 6. I agree, like they did for Heart of Thorns. Then do a quick announcement online and advertise heavily for 2 months. Yes. Auralist, new episode next week. And that is the second to last episode. There's going to be 6 episodes in season 3. I can be Dragon Hunter with new specs. No.
Ascended Peach, level up.
Fayez, thank you. Thank you so much, Fayez. I appreciate it. There it is. Yay! Let's get some love in chat for Fayez. Thank you for 22 months. Oh, right, and I was talking about elite specs, but there's tons of other things that are going to come. You're going to have a new mastery, hopefully multiple new mastery lines. We got, 4 Heart of Thorns ones, or was it 5? Heart of Thorns masteries. It was 1, 2. It was 4, and then we got raids, and then we got the, Living World Season 3, the Ancient Magics. So hopefully we're going to get a new bunch of mastery tracks, mastery lines for the next expansion. Oh, absolutely, Chris. Absolutely, Season 3 will end in a cliffhanger to lead into the expansion. It'll wrap up certain things, but then it'll also lead into the expansion, just like Season 2 did. But yeah, elite specs, you can only have one at a time. So how it's going to work is, for example, you have Guardian. A Guardian can become a Dragon Hunter because you change that third trait line, and thus you become a Dragon Hunter. So now you're going to have another trait line to choose between, but you can only have one elite trait line active at a time. So if Guardian gets Paragon, let's just say, then you can choose to take the Dragon Hunter trait line, or you can choose to take the Paragon trait line. It can be either one, but you can't be a Dragon Hunter and a Paragon. That's not how elite specs work. It never was how they were intended to work. But yeah, there's hopefully going to be a new guild hall. There's going to be hopefully new guild hall, features, and yeah. Have you moved yourself into IRL talks? Oh no, this is all Guild Wars 2. We're talking about Guild Wars 2. It doesn't need to be gameplay. And if they yell at me for that, then
He's on the way?
go right ahead. Don't make Aurene the bad guy. No, I definitely don't think so. No. I'm hoping since they didn't need to remake any systems, I would expect it to have a lot more stuff than that. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and we've known that since they came out with Heart of Thorns. There was a ton of new systems they implemented in Heart of Thorns. And they had to build those from the ground up, and all the stuff that we got in Heart of Thorns, despite that development process, they don't have to develop. Maybe we'll see one new system. I kind of doubt it. I think they're just going to build on what they already have, because that is their new philosophy, is building on what they already have. So hopefully they were able to create a lot more content for the next expansion because they didn't have to, you know, spend half of their development time developing systems from the ground up. So I definitely think we're going to see more content in the next expansion. Primordus versus Jormag. I wonder if Proxy Lazarus wants that to happen. I don't know. We don't know what his intentions are. I know, Casimir hype. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. She's my favorite character. I'm super excited to see her. See what she's been up to. Lazarus defended Aurene because he wanted her to trust him. In the last episode, Aurene has to decide whom she will help. Maybe he... Because it says in the trailer that he traps us. I'm assuming, because they're saying, you know, he's trapped us here. Here's the question. Who is Lazarus? I wonder if we're even going to find out in this episode who Lazarus is. I would not be surprised if we didn't. I would not be surprised if we did not. We're obviously going to learn of whoever it is, his betrayal. But I would not be surprised if we didn't find out who it is until the final episode. And that's kind of the big wrap-up, because in the very first episode, Lazarus rose. And that was kind of the big episode 1 reveal, you know, oh my god, Lazarus is back. Then we find out throughout the season that it's not actually Lazarus, and then in the finale we find out who that is, and maybe whatever he's up to, whatever he's doing, will set up the stuff that we have to do in the expansion, in addition to, you know, dealing with Primordus and Jormag. See, what is this? Have we seen this before? Whatever this thingy is? What is that? It looks like either like some kind of golem or a control panel. It looks to me kind of like the new Scruffy, but why would they be showing that? Exactly. I don't know what the significance. And then you also have all of this purple stuff coming off of him specifically here. Now, someone said that it kind of looked like it was like Primordus or Calcatoric crystals or something. I'm more inclined to think that's either mesmer magic or some kind of magic maybe trying to hold him at bay. Maybe that's the power that he's using to break in or to seal us. Ooh, there's an article. Can we see Casimir's armor? Oh, yeah, look at that. They got more screenshots. What's that? Ooh, okay. This is super short. Okay, ArenaNet has sent word that the next episode in the ongoing Guild Wars 2 Living World Season 3 story will be released on May 2nd, called Flashpoint. It's the second to last chapter in Season 3, and sees Tyria descend into war on 2 fronts. The paths of the powerful Elder Dragons and the Mersat Lazarus will converge. Interesting. The paths of the Elder Dragons and Lazarus will converge. Developers promise shocking secrets and a threat like none seen before. And then permanent price reduction. And then we've got this screenshot, which is very small. Very small. Wow. Interesting armor. Who is this? Who is this? Who is this? Who is that? What is this? What is that? Is that E? And yeah, who is this? Somebody who knows who knows their Asura better than I do. That would be awesome if we could visit Casimir and Jory's house. I wonder, because at the end of Heart of Thorns, it said that Casimir and Jory were having problems, and we kind of got hints of that, but no details. Oh, you think that's a player character? Could be. Oh, Flunt. Okay. Ah, I forgot about Flunt. Gears to Gnomes. What's up? Is this new armor? That's not... No, I know it's the dragon headpiece. I can see that. Everybody's assuming that's the player. Ooh, you think they might bring back the Titans? Lazarus is our climax for the living story, and Jormag Primordius will be the villains of expansion 2. Yeah, I'm curious if we're gonna defeat and wrap up the Lazarus and the rest of the White Mantle in Season 3, or if that's gonna spill over into the expansion. I am curious. I think it would make for a more interesting expansion if it spilled over. The purple stuff around Lazarus looks more like the magic in Bloodstone Fen. Wouldn't it be more red, though? So maybe that's his, like, he's pulsing with Bloodstone energy? Maybe he's going to capture Aurene. That's actually something I was going to say, is maybe, maybe he traps us in Rodanovis and goes to steal Aurene. That could be, because it would... We've kind of been forgetting about Aurene because we haven't seen her in a couple episodes, but, like, that's huge. Like, Aurene is insanely huge, and we've got the Exalted and Kaith there kind of guarding her. If Kaith is the betrayal, I will rage quit. I'm done with Kaith. Oh, they're standing in front of this giant thing, too. What is this? This is whatever I think Timey is inventing. Maybe this is some kind of, that couldn't be like Omad's machine that she's like retrofitted. I don't think so. It's totally, totally different. No data mine stuff, guys. No data mine stuff. If you don't see it on an official website like MMORPG.com, GuildWars2.com, official sites, please do not discuss it. Please do not share it here. You can go elsewhere if you want to... if you want to talk about that stuff. Yeah, no data mine stuff here whatsoever, guys. Maybe Lazarus is an incarnation of Kralkatork. I don't know. I think that would be pretty insane to bring in a third Elder Dragon into this. You're gonna go all Ripley and aliens if they go after Aurene. Oh, if you guys were talking about the Hourglass skin, that's in the game. Yeah, that came out in the gem store today. Yeah, as far as the new map, people were saying that there is a that there is somewhere in, if you go to Tangled Depths, Rodanovis is right here. Where were you guys saying that there's a piece of the map that is... There's a space? You mean here? I don't see a space between anything. Unless you mean up here. Yeah, I don't know about a new map. I don't know. Turn on some music here. Oh, I'm gonna be kicked. Look at that. No. And yeah, this is the Hourglass staff that came out today in the gem store. If Lazarus takes on both Primordius and Jormag, at this point, I don't think that that Lazarus is concerned necessarily with I mean, something with the dragons. I don't think he wants to work with us to stop the Elder Dragons. Strau's new watch is huge. Okay, Cookie. It's the right size for a zone. A smaller zone. Oh, to the right of Tangled Depths, between Tangled Depths and Brisbane. Okay. Could be. An alternate route to Rodanovis? That could be. We will find out next week. So I still don't know what that thing is. We've got Casimir and Jory together. I hope that we kind of learn something about, like, are they talking? Do they hate each other? Is everything fine? Like, because we don't know how Casimir and Jory are doing, you know? And she said what? That he trapped us here? He's trapped us here. Which I'm assuming is in Radanovis. Okay, so we have this. What is... There's this little submarine, so... And I'm assuming these are, like, you know... player characters, and... I don't recognize this little stuff here. So is this what you guys are guessing is showing us a new map? To the right of Radanovis? Oh my god, what if Timey builds Omad's machine into Scruffy 2.0? Oh man. Looks like the Vigil. They're really... New Mount submarines! You think that's Tarnished Coast? Okay. Maybe it's a machine to redirect the Primordus magic and Jormag magic to put them against each other. That could be. It does look like it's got a big, like a, you know, a storage for magical energy. Is kind of what it looks like. Are they going to Bikini Bottom? It could be. Never seen the stuff hanging from the rocks, because yeah, we can see it more here too. It's like a water, kind of like a water zone. And then that is Vigil. They do have that is all Vigil armor, you're right. Unbound magic orbs off to the left. Ah, okay. Okay. So yeah, this yeah, you're right. You're totally right. So here you go. This is totally the new map. And there's a waypoint. Yep. Yep. Good call. Good call. That glowy stuff is in the grove. Lazarus is still a good guy. He's trapped Jory and Casimir there to force them to work things out. Okay, the space between Radasum, Metrica, and the Grove. Hi, Cadaver. Good to see you. Okay, so we got the Vigil coming. We got some player characters here. Season 3 boils to the finale. Da-da-da, there with his sparkly stuff. This is her same staff. No. Interesting that... Oops. Ah, stop. What are you doing? Interesting that she's still using the staff and not... Like, if she's a chronomancer... Which I would have fully expected Casimir to like, level up to chronomancer by now. But she's not using the shield. She's still using her staff, which is interesting. But then, you know, Rox is still using her bow. You know, it's not like she necessarily leveled up to a druid, and Bram Bram kind of unofficially leveled up to a dragon hunter in that one episode, which made me happy. Yeah, I love this. I'm loving it. I can't wait to see in high detail her new outfit. I love that they gave her a new hairstyle. I absolutely love that. I'm curious to see, because we do know that Casimir's been working with E. So, you know, I want to know, I'm really curious to see how she's changed, you know, what she knows. I think Casimir's going to kind of drop some information on us about what's been going on. Spencer is E? Who's Spencer? Is that who you guys are calling Bubbles now? Bram's going to Star Wars Episode 3, Dark Path. No, we don't know that she won't be using the shield at some point. But we know that she still has her staff. okay on the keyboard is play pause. Oh, thank you. Laz the marriage counselor. Casimir has a whole new outfit, Arliss. She has an entirely new outfit that hopefully will also be in the gem store next week. No, I don't think Malik is E. I don't think we'll... I don't see the significance in that. Oh, Spencer is the chalk organ. Okay, that's right. Yeah, I hope that comes into play somehow. Because that was like really fascinating in... Was that the first episode or the second episode? And then we kind of didn't really hear more about it. Oh no, she got the... We saw the organ in the first episode. And then in the second episode, we learned more about it. She was like, her experiments had gotten further with it. So, yeah, I hate when they introduce fascinating stuff like that that has implications and then we never hear about it again. I hate when they do that. So, PT, if it's the one on MMORPG.com, yes. And we already looked at that. But you can link it again. Casimir's outfit looks plant-based more than feathers. It does look planty. It does. Yeah, her first one was all feathers. This one does look more like it's like kind of Sylvari based.
It doesn't matter. We have a new one now, and it's
E is human. We know that, and more Order of Whispers than Order of Whispers. But he could be lying. He could be lying. I still think that E could be like a computer program. I think that would be awesome. I can't let you do that, Marjorie. Spencer absorbs Lazarus's magic. Flashpoint's the word used in a lot of time travel stories. Ooh. Casimir being a chronomancer? Maybe that machine that we saw is some kind of time travel device? Whoa, would that be crazy? Would that be crazy or what? Oh man, that would be amazing. That would be amazing. It can't be. The deception will burn. The deception will burn, but the deception from who? Not necessarily Lazarus, or maybe Lazarus and someone else. I'm keeping my mind open to maybe there will be multiple deceptions. I still think E. I think E is going to deceive us. We're going to find out who E is. E's going to deceive us, and then maybe in the final episode we're going to find out who E is. And who Lazarus is, if they're not one and the same. Going back to old LA, oh man. Jessica's ready to do crimes in Tyria. Flashpoint is a place, event, or time at which violence or hostility flares up. The conflict reached a flashpoint last year. Ooh, okay, nice. Lazarus steals the time machine and brings back the Mersat. Oh my god. Is what the lore, Shags? What are you asking about specifically? New expansion in Cantha on episode 6. This is episode 5 coming out next week, and then we have one more episode after this for season 3, which will be the finale, which everyone's assuming will lead into the expansion whenever that's going to release. Oh, there's more pictures on Massively? I just saw the one. Oh! Oh! There's more. Some of these look like they're from the trailer and some aren't. That's from the trailer, that's from the trailer, trailer. That's not. Rada Novus is burning, dude! So Lazarus just shows up in Rada Novus and just like burns to the ground for some reason. Why? I want to know what this is. I want to know what this is. But is this something that Timey developed, or is this something that... Because we have Flunt here. So, and this isn't in her secret workshop. Excuse me. So this could be something that she was creating of their knowledge. And then she has her secret dragon workshop. And I'm not sure if she was bringing Omad's machine to her workshop secretly. I can't imagine that there would be any way to get it there secretly. She would have to let the other Asura know, the other Asuran researchers know that she's moving Omad's machine. It just doesn't look anything like Omad's machine. And I know she said that she was going to modify it, but that's a pretty heavy modification. There is a trailer for episode 5 up right now on YouTube. That's here. And there, it's linked from the official Guild Wars website as well. Excuse me. As well as some articles up on Massively OP. And it's for episode 5, which comes out next week. Yeah, it's just because I'm talking a lot, Talus. Thank you. I know, I want Cass's outfit too. MMORPG.com and Massively OP have articles on it. Just very, very short articles. That's true, yeah. Timey could have very, very heavily modified it. Oh, isn't Casimir's outfit an illusion? Good call. It's timey-fied. Exactly. Okay, so we got all kinds of things. Here's the plant stuff that we saw. Here's all these the plant hybrids. I'm assuming player characters. Lazarus burning everything's burninating the countryside, man. Hey Sapphire, yep. Casimir's coming back. She has a new hairstyle and a new outfit. Plop a giant mesmer portal under the machine and presto, machine moved to super secret dragon workshop. That'd have to be a pretty massive mesmer portal. Lazarus, still a good guy. He knows that Radanovis won't get rebuilt until the old structures are gone and cannot be used as a crutch, removes them so progress can be made.
She's on the way? What should we do? Believe me, I know.
What would rebuilding Radanovis accomplish? I'm not sure I understand your thinking, Queso. Hashtag free Ritlock. Yeah, I don't know. What's going on with Ritlock? Bram's off fighting Icebrood. Sort of looks like a mini Omad's machine in it. The dome to me seems like a line grid. See, Omad's machine had the bottom part, which was kind of like the control center, and then it had the massive, like cube above it that was like segmented. That was, I guess, you know, like how it worked. That was where all the magic was. So, to make it into this little round thing is just so different.
What should we do?
Do we see Evan? No, I think that was just a player character.
It's trapped us here.
Peach hybrids. The woman with the hood is the leader of the Order of Whispers, is it?
No.
In episode 6, Ritlock will reveal how he became a revenant. That's cute. That's cute. Later, Cub. Lazarus is actually Rodgort. If Lazarus has to be someone that we know. Whether it's a character prominent in the story currently, or a character that like, is even from Guild Wars 1. Like, that would be amazing. Lazarus himself is from Guild Wars 1. So, like, that would be absolutely amazing. I will be very disappointed if Lazarus is just random dude from left field we've never heard of before. Random white mantle guy. You know, no, that would suck. I wanted the reveal to be, it's that person, you know, not, oh, it's George from the White Mantle. You know what I mean? You think it's the Vizier? Oh man, or Olivia? Or that part tapped into the ley lines to power the machine, right? Yeah, we haven't really heard about the ley lines specifically in quite a while. Damn it, George! One of the gods? Yes, I heard that theory too, that it could be something with the human gods coming back. That would just be mind-blowing. That would be absolutely mind-blowing. I could see the gods being able to not only handle a massive amount of bloodstone energy, but being able to utilize a massive amount of bloodstone energy. But why would they need the white mantle necessarily? Like, the human gods coming back, they would have half of the human population as who would do their bidding, who would do whatever they say, who still worship the gods, even though they've been silent for so long. I would think. So, I think that would be amazing if it was the human gods returning, or even like one of them, because we know that in the past there's been like one of the gods, went rogue and started doing his own thing, so that's not completely out of the realm of possibilities. It's one! Damn it, one! Abaddon. It's Frank from accounting. Caudicus put a fake aspect into the ritual of resing Lazarus. What if that aspect is a part of his own soul? And with Casimir's super mesmer lie detection ability, she sees that Caudicus' soul is now coming to the forefront. It's possible. I think that would be lame. I think we need to be done with Caudicus. I think last episode nicely rounded out and ended the Caudicus story. I would be very disappointed if he lived on, personally. But we know that Caudicus had his people switch out one of the aspects, so it could be any one of his people. The purple stuff around Lazarus could be Lissa. Yeah, Lissa's always been good, though. It's Jabotron!
The real Lazarus.
Mortal danger.
He's on the way? What should we
There's a lot of people that have said Malik what Kex. I just don't think Malik has any relevance to anything. I guess Malik could turn out to be I think people just so desperately want to hear from Malik again that they try to put him in anywhere. I don't think that it has anything to do with Malik. You think it's legit incomplete Lazarus? It could be. And Timey says it's a Mersat, but not a Mersat. And that's interesting that she says that because, I mean, he obviously looks like a Mersat. He's masquerading as a Mersat. Lazarus was a Mersat. But the question is it just an illusion? Is it actually the majority of a Mersat, or is it just the illusion? Does it look like a Mersat? And if it just looks like a Mersat, why hasn't anybody just made an illusion of a Mersat in the past and tried to take over half the White Mantle? Like, why hasn't this happened before? Why is this such a big deal right now? You know what I mean? He does use Mersat powers.
He's trapped us here?
The willingness to kill to get what he wants.
So it's not a full Mersat. And it still could legit be Lazarus, but then even the trailer poses the question, who is Lazarus? So it's not Lazarus. I don't know. It's Blue Manu! What's up, Delphin? Pretty sure the purple stuff around Lazarus is the same magic in Bloodstone Fen.
Without it, they could have never resurrected.
So, yeah, and I believe that it could just be that. It could just be, you know, because whoever this person is absorbed all that Bloodstone magic. That blast was absorbed by this person. So he has all of that magic in him. It's just someone using a Mersat combat tonic. That's it. Mad King Thorn. Yes.
The willingness to kill to get what he wants.
But we learned how to use Spectral Agony. So if he's using Spectral Agony, it's really like someone could have just learned how to use it. I mean, we learned how to use it. Yeah, Doom. People were saying that too. What if it's the Lich, the Vizier from Guild Wars 1? I would love if it was someone from Guild Wars 1 coming back.
One of Lazarus's aspects.
Yeah, it could be Sapphire. I'm open to any interpretation. It could be Lazarus, just not all of Lazarus. It could be somebody else. I think it's someone else masquerading as Lazarus. That's where they have really been steering us towards, but it still could be Lazarus, just not all of Lazarus. We know for a fact that it's not all of Lazarus. Whatever, but what does that mean is the question. If it's Scarlet, oh my, I would be very excited. I don't necessarily want it to be Scarlet like that, like, oh, I'm hoping it's Scarlet. Not necessarily, but if it was, I would be very happy. Because I love Scarlet. Togo, oh my god, freaking Togo. You know who it is, guys? Actually, I know who it is. I'm gonna spoil it for you right now. It's Colin Johansson. That's who it is. He came back.
Never resurrected.
I don't know why he's burning down Rodanovis, but it's Colin. Cawville, yes.
What should we do?
The bit I know about her, would Scarlet not want everyone to know it's her at a point? True. True.
He's trapped us here.
It's Peachy-chan.
Willingness to kill.
And no, it's Peachy-chan. Okay, everyone's saying it. It's Peachy-chan.
No.
It's a fifth Drubert.
Be.
Uh-oh, look at what Cool Blue Nerd posted. What did you post?
The charade ends here.
Yes! Before I looked at that. Love it. Love it. Love it. Lazarus is the player character from Guild Wars 1? Oh man! That would be amazing! See, that's what I was hoping the Exalted were, originally. I was hoping and praying that the Exalted would be our player characters. Unfortunately, no. Oh man, that would be amazing. But how would they still be alive? That's the question. Unfortunately, all our player characters are dead. Skyberber Shay Barbear. I don't know how to say your name, but welcome. Welcome to the channel. We're just having endless theory discussion right now.
No. It can't be.
E is Tom from MySpace, yes. Yeah, Jessica. It's Jessica. Oh, your Guild Wars 1 PC is my rev. Is your rev. But how are they still alive? See, my character, my Strali here is not my headcanon. She's not my character from Guild Wars 1, but she's a descendant of my Guild Wars 1 main.
He's on the way? What should we
Does
do?
Taimi actually know it isn't a Mersat, or is she going along with what we've told her? That's also a good question. Has Taimi figured anything out? Or I'm assuming, because she's not even anywhere near, like, she didn't have anything to do with the White Mantle. She's just been researching the dragons. So my guess is we tell her what we know and she makes some hypothesis from that, is my guess. What's up, Captain Davies? How you doing? Crest him. He is so committing crimes. So many crimes. Crimes are going to be committed in this episode. That's for sure. Oh dear. Woo! Exciting stuff, you guys. Exciting stuff. Oh my goodness. I'm going to put the song request back on. I'm going to take a short bio break. And then we will... Oh no! We're invisible. Then we'll actually go and do something in game. And we can continue to talk and theorize and everything. Yeah. Play some Guild Wars 2. You guys are welcome to join me. I'm on the EU servers today. Farron's fancy panties. This episode's gonna end with Lazarus saying, "I'm rich, you know." The speculation is always more exciting than the actual trailer. What can it be? Lazarus could be Logan. Alright, Fayus, we'll see you soon. I know, right? 2 hours later. I don't know. Hey, we speculated for an hour and a half? I love it. I love it. I love it. Like, do I think that part of the story will take place underwater? No, I don't think so. But that is interesting that we saw water. It looks like there's going to be some water in the new map, which is something that they've tended to steer away from. Was a lot of water, though there was some water in the last map because it was, it used to be they destroyed the dam. So I'm assuming that there's going to be a little bit of water, probably not a ton. I can't imagine that there would be like an entire underwater section, but. Lazarus is Zoja. They couldn't get Felicia Day anymore, so they decided to transform her into another character entirely. Spin Master. Kind of, sort of. Spin Master asks, has there been aerial combat? The only place that there's really aerial combat is in some of the new zones. In the first new zone, Bloodstone Fen, you are able to purchase with Unbound Magic combat skills that you can use while gliding, and that you can basically use on enemies that are in the ground. There's not enemies in the air that you're fighting, but you have the ability to like drop some bombs. Kind of like how they added for the Shatterer fight. If you glide, there's a couple skills that you can use. It's kind of like that, and there's like a speed skill that you can use in certain zones. But I wouldn't call it like true aerial combat. Can you believe it? Wonder if the new map is in the Woodland Cascades, but that's like way north. I mean, it could be, but that's like way the heck up here. Now, granted, the new raid was up here. Bastion of the Penitent is way north. So I guess it could be up here, but it kind of looked more jungly, and there was like like bits of magic. So there is this section here. I think this is what people are thinking is going to get filled in, because there's water. We could do some kind of like going from, it would actually make kind of, well, no, Radasum's down here. Even just the color of this kind of looks like the color of the terrain in the trailer. Radanovis is right here. So, maybe we can't get in. Maybe Lazarus blocks off the way to Radanovis from over here, so we have to come in here and kind of go a sideway, I could definitely see that that is a big, just like blank spot in the map. I could definitely see this being the new map. That seems very, very likely. There's water, there's this brown sandy color. I think that's very, very likely that this is going to be our new map. Lazarus is Zilmaros. If so, we're all screwed. Oh jeez. Yeah, actual fighting in the air? No, not really. That's something they could add for the next expansion. We don't know. Maybe aerial combat is something that they're going to add. Because they've kind of given us little hints of it, you know? It's kind of like a starter version of that in some of the new maps. Look at the blank path that leads from its southwest down to Dragon Stand. Right. Yeah, so there's this, and there's all the... That would be weird for a new zone to be shaped like this. But yeah, there's all this as well. So, I think any portion of this could be the new map. Yeah, Zilmaros is armed to the teeth! Lazarus is Princess Mia? Totally. Totally. What about Tarnished Coast? What about Tarnished Coast? Down here? I don't think that has any relevance to anything. What would we be doing down here? I think this is much more likely because we're talking about Rada Novus. A lot of the episode's going to happen right here. So this makes much more sense. Alright, bye Foxy Streams. Thank you so much for the resub. Thank you again. Have a good day. Weapons and bottles of wine. Oh, you just want Tarnished Coast to be a thing? Yeah, maybe someday. It's definitely viable to be a map. Perfect size, perfect shape. Alright, I'm going to take a quick bio break and stretch break. You guys do the same. Refill your drinks, refill your snacks.